Hey, it's your guy Tyrrell back with the interviews. Poland, Senegal. Poland with a very poor result, but Senegal once again light up the World Cup. How did they do it? Why did Poland struggle? Don't worry, here at the interviews, we've got you covered. So on this edition of the interviews, we're going to break down why Senegal beat Poland. So when we break down Poland against Senegal, this was a great chance for Poland to prove that they are the real deal. Win, take control of the group, and push forward and make your name for yourselves. However, they didn't get the job done. They lost to Senegal, and that's a big disappointment for them. And it is a bit of a surprise because this Polish side has been knocking on the door for years, looking to reach amongst the elite with Robert Lewandowski. They didn't get it done. How did Senegal get it done? When we look at the board, we have to discuss what was wrong with Poland. Senegal breaking into two deep banks of four. The first thing that you have to notice is that Robert Lewandowski is isolated up front. The other problem is that the midfielders, Kouyate and Zielinski, are extremely deep without the ball, leaving this big gap between the midfield and the attack. The problem, no link. Milik isn't that player. He wasn't dropping deep trying to get off the ball, and when he did get the ball in pockets of spaces, his passing was very poor. Grozicki and Kuba didn't really offer much in that sense either. Then you have Lewandowski up front, starved for service. You got four attackers up front. The fullbacks are pushing forward. When they did get forward in the first half, their crossing was poor, never really connecting with Lewandowski, never really connecting with the marker. That's a big issue. That puts a lot of responsibility on Kouyate and Zielinski to get on the ball and offer penetrating passes from deep. They're great passers of the ball. The problem, Senegal, very organized. As we've seen in this tournament, two narrow banks of four. The midfield bank, very organized. When the ball's pushed out wide, the wide players close. When they don't have the ball, they get right back into their shape. They got two powerful midfielders, and Ndai and Idrissa Gueye in midfield looking to break up play, and they did that to a T. And the most important thing, Diop and they had Niang pressing the deep-lying playmakers, and that was a big issue. They forced them into errors. Kouyate was booked within minutes of the first half because he was dispossessed by Niang and then ended up pulling down Diop, or vice versa. However, that is what happened there. We had the defender being pressed by Niang, and it forced him into an error. We had Zielinski pressed by Idrissa Gueye, which then led to a break by Ward down the right flank. Everything was going wrong for Poland in that respect. They couldn't get on the ball. They couldn't link play with their attackers. It took 20 minutes for Lewandowski to drop deeper to get on the ball. That's a frustrating thing for a striker to do. You don't want Lewandowski that deep. You want him near the box. He's an all-round world-class goal scorer. He does have that creative ability to his game, but you want him near the box. They couldn't get him there, and that was the big issue Poland had. They did have Zielinski move out to the left on a few occasions, trying to get Grozicki behind the Senegalese right back into half space to deliver pullbacks into the box for the attackers. However, those were cleared, and that he didn't really offer much in that space either. So Poland struggled to really get going, and the other issue is that they struggled to get going forward, but they couldn't deal with Senegal's pace in transition. That was a big problem. Both wide players offered a threat, but it was War who was breaking down, sometimes passing both Grozicki and Rybus getting down the right channel. However, he was unable to really threaten the game or create goal-scoring chances from that channel, but it was a worry. He was pushing forward at will, and you can't have that happen. And Ndai and Gueye did have the ball in deeper positions when Poland dropped back into two banks of four as well, but they aren't renowned for their passing, and they were just spreading play out wide, trying to ensure that Senegal retained possession. So that was obviously a good thing for them. The key player was Niang. However, it was in different roles. Initially, he had a play where Sabali won possession in from left back, ran past Lewandowski, who was at half at the time, and then played in Niang, running in behind the defense, and that was something that you expect from him. He picked up the ball in the box, but he flashed a shot wide. That was a warning sign for Poland. However, as the half wore on, we saw arguably Senegal's best player, Mane, Mane move to the center of the pitch. We saw Niang move to the left. Why was this key? It was key because Mane, unlike Niang, instead of trying to always break forward, has the ability to drop deep with his back to goal, pick up the ball, link play with his midfield, ensure that Senegal could push up the field higher and get and retain possession. And that was so pivotal to everything that Senegal did in terms of regaining control of the game and ensuring that it wasn't a Poland dominance fest in their half. That was key. You look at the goal that ends up being scored. It's Niang beating Piszczek to the ball, but what's pivotal here? Mane is up front and he drops off with his back to goal to receive the ball. If it was Niang, perhaps he drives in behind and tries to make a run. However, he drops off, no one picks him up. He tees up Idrissa Gueye driving forward and he fires his shot off a defender, yes, but if Mane doesn't drop off, that doesn't happen. Niang's pace is key there, and it's good to have powerful runners and that they can interchange to get different variety of attack up front and out wide. That was something that Poland didn't have. And as the second half went on, they replaced Kuba, they made a tactical change, they moved to more of a 3-4-3. What happens now is Bednarik comes in, they end up pushing, will get Senegal back into their base shape 4-4-2. They end up pushing Piszczek and Rybis forward, so now they have width, and what happens is that Senegal obviously had to retreat, and they did create a chance down the left. The same thing happened, Niang picking up the ball, Sabali breaking forward, overlapping run, no one picks him up, pulls it back for Mane, however the shot is blocked, and then they obviously score the insurance goal from Niang from a mistake. But Poland pushing forward, what happens is that now they're actually getting more from their wing backs. You look at what happened in that half, you have Grozicki nodding a ball down to Piszczek in right half space, Milik making a darting run, but he guides his effort wide. You have the two wing backs combining, but no one is able to connect their shot going forward. And then we have Rybis breaking forward down the left, crossing a ball into the box. Kouyate, who replaced Milik, was able to nod his effort on goal, but it was right at the keeper. That is what Poland did well in the second half, but they still had their issues with this shape because there was still a press on the midfielders and there was no variety of attack from the front men. All clogged in this space here. Lewandowski was the one who had to drop deeper. He actually got Sané booked because he was able to pick up the ball at half and force him to foul him before he broke to goal. But again, no service into Lewandowski. Milik and Grozicki not offering anything to him, and even with the tactical change, it didn't help their front line. No link, and what happens is that they ended up Senegal ended up bringing on Ndoye. They moved to a 4-5-1. How they try to combat with the press now is that they pushed Niang up front, he pressed the one center back, and Ndoye and Mane pressed forward and got the press on the wide center backs. But regardless, they still had space down the wide areas. But again, the issue wasn't really about Senegal's shape. It was superb for large portions of the game, but it's about the link in midfield to attack. They couldn't get service to the front men, and then you look at the midfield, too slow, too much space in behind that the Senegalese speedster attack could exploit, and that's what they did. And when you think about this Poland performance and result, it is poor, and if they want to get out of this group or do some damage in this tournament, they need to find a link between midfield and attack, or they're gonna be going home at the group stage. But let me know what you guys think. Meet me in the comments below. Don't forget I upload videos every day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that was your daily dose of the interviews.